Alrighty, so we are still in the winners bracket here, and we've got PSiArc on Rus on the blue trunks, and in the red trunks we've got ISanych on Mongols. So he's actually opting to move the TC back towards the gold mine. It's not going to be going on the berries anytime soon. PSiArc. Fairly typical hunting cabin, lumber camp, and the house there. So 2 vills on the lumber camp because he really wants this quick second scout. He's even shift commanded it out of the lumber camp, which is crazy next level shit from our best RTS player, Japan. Well, ISanych, what a wonderful RTS player from the west himself. Found a couple of wolves. So this is going to be a bit of a pain for PSiArc because he's now going to have lost quite a bit of gold out of that. I think he gets 75 gold for that. Bearing in mind another 15 for the villagers. Denied. PSiArc quick on that third scout production, so he'll be active on the map, getting all the hunts he can. Well, second scout as well. Right, ISanych, just to maximise the damage to the Rus eco he can do early on, because PSiArc is now at 155 gold, but I think he'd probably like to be at 250. He's working towards it though, for sure. So PSiArc's managed to secure 3 hunts overall, which has been really good for him. ISanych was really only able to secure this one over here. PSiArc got the top one. He's now at 230 gold, has killed all his sheep he's got at home, but no doubt he's got some more sheep with his scouts at the moment. Ooh, PSiArc. I think things quite tight here actually on the food gathering. Really needs to bring a scout back with the sheep. Scouting with 2 scouts here. Just Rus things. So PSiArc haven't actually do the drop off on the far side there because he left one of his sheep over here, thankfully. So doing a bit of distance gathering, not great for him, but he's gathered quite a bit of gold. He's up past that 250 mark pretty comfortably. And got wheelbarrow. Going to be able to take Age4 not far behind this. Well, ISanych on that gold line of his own Age4. Not going to be far off. He's not gone. Oh, he's actually gone for the stables. Gone for a pair of horsemen in the meanwhile. I was going to say no funny business, but all the funny business. A third and fourth horseman on the way for him. So PSiArc, I'm going to try and pressure the overview and at least keep the horseman busy and out of his base. He may drop a scout. Well, actually probably not, considering the horsemen aren't quite like the knights. Their charges aren't quite a death sentence. So PSiArc, defensive fortress, Golden Gate on the way. He's still chipping away at the overview. Well, another one of the scouts retreats, so he's gone up to 4 scouts in the meantime. The beauty of having this macro cabin is it means you don't have to lose villager production to fit more scouts in. So you can go all the way up to a 4th and even a 5th. Just to apply the pressure, at least force the Mongol player to try and be active at home. Save the amount of scouting intel he's going to have on you and the amount of time he's going to have to try and piss you off with his Khan attacking you. Your wood line or your gold mine. Because yeah, the scouts, they're going to be able to at least kite individual and double horsemen somewhat. Eventually the health regen's probably not going to be enough, but for now, it's it's not going to accrue a huge amount of value either way with what's going on out in the map, but it's allowing them to both really take Age4 here. And bearing in mind, once ISanych gets going on Mongols, oh, what? He's cancelled and gone Deer Stones. He went for the wrong age up, I think. Or he's either gone for the wrong one or he's changed his mind. But he's just cancelled it. So our Mongol player going to have actually quite a delayed age up here. And a stable range going down for PSiArc at the moment. So this is quite a big blow to ISanych because he probably would have liked to go straight for the Deer Stones. Either that, I think he might have even just changed his mind. He hasn't got any towers out in the field really around his opponent's base, but realistically Deer Stones is your aggression age up. The other age up, can't even remember what it's called, really just lets you spit out really cheap caravans, try to start that early gold trade and start booming. It's quite dangerous against a Civ with access to the Knights, because you've really not got anything quick, well, anything as quick as them. They can also just deal with them head to head, 1-to-1. I mean, you can have spears camped along your trade line, but by then your opponent can just look at going straight to castle. So ISanych trying to do a bit of a run by with these horsemen, but he's not going to be too successful because he's scouted these knights here along with a couple of scouts. They're going to be able to chip away at these horsemen. They don't have the health regen that the horsemen do. This is a pretty early cabin here from PSiArc, but it's actually a lot of free gold gen considering the placement, and then he can always come back to this other one, and it's actually, it's got a hunt there, sorry, so this is great placement. So he can always put another one over here, minimal gold gen, but it also means he gets great gather speed from those deer. So this is great for PSiArc, and ISanych is age up, delayed, a lot of build time going into that cancelled landmark. So things are really rough for him this game to start with. So he's having to start spear production to try and defend here. Hasn't really gone for any early tower pressure, even with the early Deer Stones. Yeah, this is wonderful for PSiArc because he doesn't have to move from here. 2 sets of food, and he can always just put a lumber camp here if he ever gets pushed at home with towers. PSiArc really starting to mass up a bit of an army here. But ISanich's not really down on any pop because he's also got quite a few horsemen at home. Good number of spears. And both players still only single TC production at the stage. PSiArc probably could look at doing a bit of a dump into stone here. If he wants to get second town center, but I think at this stage he wants to just keep applying the pressure and force ISanych to have to keep doing the same. I mean, he is the Knight Civ. ISanych gonna have to try and get a quick step redoubt to really be able to go toe-to-toe with the Rus army as the Mongols here. He is going to be able to keep applying the pressure, and he's keeping an eye on this hunt over here, because eventually this one is going to run out for Koinu. PSiArc really has to start. PSiArc or Koinu really has to start taking a bit of food if he wants to work towards castle, but I think he wants to just keep pushing at this stage. A lot of horsemen, and they are going to be a bit of a threat to the bowmen. But with a lot of knights to support, it's going to be hard for them to stick around. The spears are all still at home. So PSiArc's really just going to group everything together, I think. Get ready to push. Or at least camp the sacred site, because it prevents ISanych from really creeping with towers, getting the benefit of increased movement speed of his army with being able to take engagements into the bowmen. It's a nice pick off of the boar there for PSiArc, because he's going to get 70 gold, 75 gold for free. He's going to pick off the other boar now as well. So it's a good idea for the Rus player to not even bother with trying to gather from it to begin with villages. It's just easier to do this, kill it with a small force if you're in this position, and if you're not opening quick second town center and you do, you know, notice you're winning the early out muscle, might as well just pick off the boar with your army, get 150 gold for free. Bit of a tough time trying to defend while doing so for PSiArc, so I think he sort of was half a mind to and then realized he had to come back home. So ISanych going to be able to pick off a couple of villages, a couple of bowmen here. At the same time, did lose quite a few horsemen there, because ISanych, while he has got a good number of horsemen there is double bow production now to only single stables, and he wasn't putting all the stone from his over and he's into horsemen. He is now, but he had double produced spears for a bit there. So PSiArc, I think, has a little bit of a scary comp for ISanych to deal with should he choose to push out here, but he's going to add another stable, so he's up to 2 stables, 2 range to stables racks from the Mongol player, who's at the moment looking to go towards the castle age, has all the gold in the world he needs, but needs to try and get a little bit more food to really be able to get there and have his own knights to shred these bowmen. Huge horseman force here, ISanych. There's 33 archers, so there's 2 archers per horseman out right now. So ISanych trying to hit the gold mine, but PSiArc just instinctively knows he's got to try and defend it, so he's here to pick it off. I think he might have actually seen the horseman creep past with his army over here. He's going to force the Khan to have to flee as well. ISanych not really taking any damage there. Well, I mean, he did drop a horseman. And he's just going to have to back off for now. A blacksmith on top of the oval as well. So 600 gold in the bank, but he's getting the blacksmith, so he's going to have to start gathering some more gold if he wants to get armory upgrades and take castle, but at the same time he needs plenty of food to both age up and keep replenishing this army, because he's going to keep trying to take digs at PSiArc's base, and PSiArc is really massing up a heavy army at the moment. So ISanych bringing back a few gold gatherers now, and he will have his melee upgrade on the way, considering he's got a mass melee army. Makes it very easy to pick which blacksmith technology he wants to get from here. So he's taking an engagement against PSiArc, but PSiArc's really trying to pick off all the spearmen that he can with his bows. Doing a wonderful job of doing so. So now it'll mostly be knight archer versus just horsemen. A lot of the horsemen are going to go down to the knights. ISanych has managed to macro quite well behind this unfortunate landmark start. But ultimately, PSiArc coming out slightly better off in that trade, I think. So PSiArc opting to shove at the moment, and he's going to be able to pick off another one of these horsemen. There's a misrallying there from ISanych. He's bringing everything back. He wants to defend this OVU because he's otherwise going to have to move all these buildings, pack them up and move them away before ISanych gets here and stop his production in the meanwhile. ISanych trying to take one last stand here at the Alamo. The Mongolian Alamo. And GG, well played guys.